Yeah.
It's gonna, like, it's a miracle that the John Silver and Matt Hardy situations worked out as well as they did.
Yeah.
Something worse will happen. It is inevitable.
It just takes
Like
one bad bump from Darby Allin and he's fucked for life.
that,
I- I'm
he's
I'm fully convinced he wants to die.
yeah,
Like I'm
Mm.
fully convinced because you cannot like tell me that he's doing this just because don't know, it makes him stand out.
Mm.
Like yeah, it makes him stand out, but like he's definitely not gonna be standing out when he's dead.
Yeah. I mean,
but like, there's obviously safe ways to take bumps.
Right.
It's the whole fucking art of pro wrestling. His stuff is clearly not safe,
No.
yeah.
but it doesn't look better enough than a safe bump for it to be even vaguely worth it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, there's ways to get nearly to what he's doing where you're not going to end up in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That swinging spot was a fucking joke. When he like hit the rope and then landed all jacked up. It
And
was,
then the reports of how he was messed up is like, yeah, I wonder fucking why.
yeah, yeah,
That's stupid, terrible bump to
Just in
take.
general, the coffin drop that he does,
yeah.
like
Mm.
that alone, like fuck me, like that's like it's hard enough taking a bump on in a fucking ring, but like imagine throwing yourself backwards, like
Mm.
And
blindly.
and even then, if it was just into the ring, that'd be bad enough. But he's constantly doing it onto the fucking apron, through ladders, through
Yeah,
tables,
Coffins.
onto chairs, onto coffins. Like, oh,
And the guy is not bulky enough to like absorb it in a sense. Like he's
yeah,
taking that on his actual spinal cord. And the thing about spinal cords is you give them more damage, they're gonna harden. And when they harden, they hit nerves, and those nerves are shot and they paralyze. So yeah, it is inevitable, unfortunately. That's just the way it's gonna go. You
yeah,
know? But like I said, that's also like that this is where you need a grown up in the room to say, you're not doing this anymore. You're gonna change the way you wrestle. And if you
yeah,
don't like it, you can leave.
yeah,
That's that's as simple as that. You need just someone to sit the guy down and say, this is not gonna work for you anymore. And it like and this is why like sometimes you need to be the bad guy. You need to be the bigger ego and say, okay, listen, I know you're keen, I know you're young and you want to do all this stuff to get noticed. There are multiple ways to skin that particular cat. You
mhm.
know what I mean? You can do
But
other
like,
stuff to get over, you
even
know?
then, like, I mean, someone, Tony, clearly needs to sit him down and say, I'm investing in you. So
Hmm.
therefore, my interest is your longevity.
Yeah.
I made you one of the fucking pillars, so I need you to stick around for a while. Let's not do this shit so that you can. Like,
It yeah. But it's the same as anything else. Like it's the same with WWE. Like they treat it as everything else. Like every wrestler they have is essentially an investment. You
yeah,
know, in the same way that like I mean like look at any other like sport as well. Like this is I think the difference of like I suppose like a European like point of view of a sports star is that like in certain things like football and rugby, they're now putting them in like cotton buds to protect them. You know, like rugby famously has had a concussion protocol for a while, but that's because they needed to.
yeah,
For all the former players having early onset dementia, Alzheimer's, Huntington's syndrome, all these different like neurological problems, MND, that's what I was thinking of, not Huntington's. All because of like playing rugby for a certain generation without no head protection, no concussion protocols, all this stuff. They like rugby now feels morally bound to investigate and find fixes to this. Likewise, football is doing the same thing because like basically every politician's favorite footballer now has dementia and are dying, and now therefore they have a vested interest in doing this too. You know, like wrestlers themselves don't care enough to put those structures in until they do,
Far
until it
too late.
affects them directly. You know?
Like wrestling, like, wrestling's one of those weird things where we love it, we hate it. It's fucking. It's that weird thing that like a lot of people gravitate towards, but
Hmm.
like even people that are involved in it it's we're still looking at as a fan, as much as a lot of us try to like. I don't know why they want to kill the fact that like, no, we're a fan. That's why we want to do it.
Yeah.
The day you forget that, like, you're you're taking it far too fucking seriously. Like, again, but also like the people that gravitate toward it tend to be like the rebels and the misfits and the fucking rejects, like people that like they're not afraid to hurt themselves if it means that they'll stand out a bit more. And
It is, wrestling is very much kind of running away with the circus.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It really fucking is. Like it's a collection of black sheeps coming together because they have a common interest, you know. And like again, there's nothing wrong with that. But as I said, like my kind of point would be, surely there's been enough evidence now at this stage that like you need to exact some change or learn from like from an early death. Like again, I'm not gonna quote anyone in particular, but we've lost people at very early ages for multitude of reasons, you know, whether it be environmental reasons or from like directly because of wrestling, let's say. And like for every time that happens, again, like I said, we feel sad and awful about it, but there must be ways to fix this. There must be ways to stop this from happening. You know what I mean? And again, some people just generally have health issues, and that's that, and there's only so much you can do to stop that, you know. But that's the difference between being preventative about it and saying, well, let's not have this guy who we know has a health problem or whatever. Let's not have them do this type of match or whatever. You know, like let's be sensible about it. They can still have their lives. They can still, still be popular and still be characters. I was using football there as a comparison. Like, and if you with European kind of mentalities, like let's make sure these people have actually decent lives and whatever. Let's say, like you get your money, you get your bag, and you have those couple of years in the sun, and you make use of it. Your body's probably gonna be wrecked by that stage anyway. By the time you're 40, realistically speaking. I think in America it's a little bit different, where they're kind of happy to burn out athletes. If you look at the NFL, having like an average career of 3 years, which is nothing relative, say, a professional like sportsman in England or Germany, where you could be 5 or 6 times that, really. Yeah, you're probably not like in a high league or like the top league or whatever, but you're still playing professionally. You're still earning a couple of quid each way. I think even like, so if you're using the NFL as a comparison, like they will have serious fucking blood on their hands themselves, but they don't want to know. In a sense, they will kind of cover themselves in glory, going like, it's up to them to work to figure themselves out. It's up to the colleges to police this. It's like, no, it's you. You're the ones who set up the sport. You can do this. Like, it is actually your job to do this part, So it's a bit of a cultural thing to a certain respect. And again, I'm not like singling out America there as well. Like, I think Japan runs people way too much as well, personally. Like with how they, I had to do it. It's Regal. Of course, I'm gonna be the heel. Like, what the fuck? Like, don't give me that option.
Good shit.
It's good shit. Like, come on, But like I said, I think Japan runs people down too quickly as well. Like the whole young boy system.
Should look at fucking Kota Ibushi.
Kota Ibushi, famous example of that recently, and like that will be repeated because there'll be so many people that think that, oh, brilliant, he wrestled with a broken ankle. It's like, no, he really shouldn't have done that. Like, that's bad. Even he himself himself, I kind of regret that. I was like, the craziest person in wrestling regrets wrestling with an injury. He's 40, he knows better, and he still did it. There's no honor in fucking making yourself more of an injured man.
Yeah.
That's my attitude. It's like, it'd be the same thing for me. If I was on the way up to a fucking big match and I know I have carrying an injury, I'm not wrestling that match. That's it. That's a simple attitude.
It's career suicide. That's what it is.
Well, yeah. It's your life as well. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, you're not going to be a wrestler forever, so you do have to preserve some level of health along the way. So because we smacked the MVP across the head, Mr. Kennedy went, okay, you're actually kind of cool. which I think is kind of funny. That is kind of on brand for the characters. Like, I get it.
I do like how Regal got a confetti for winning
Why?
the match. No belt.
There's absolutely no reason for that. Like, I genuinely think they just kept the cutscene from like last year and just forgot to program out the confetti.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there's absolutely no reason for that. It's like, and by the way, I don't know if you noticed in the magazine article there, it's like they were very clever with the wording there. He has beaten the #1 contender. Not specifically stating that's made him the #1 contender.
So we're gonna run this back.
That's the funniest part of it. It's like, well done, you beat #1 contender. Does that mean I get the title shot?
No. This means you beat the #1 contender.
Exactly. Anyone can get lucky once.
Come with the car.
Oh, you.
Like, that's basically what that is right there.
Literally. Like, that is a perfect embodiment of it. Like,
Enter this raffle. It's like, maybe. Do I get a title shot? Oh, you.
it's nice. It's cute that you think that. It's really funny that you think that you're gonna get that.
We really appreciate your optimism.
Yeah. So let's see what's up next. Oh, what's this? More Gregory Helms action.
Oh my God.
Now we have a rivalry about
King
the
Booker.
Power 25. Yeah. Remember when people used to feud about what their rating was on WWE Fan Nation? I don't. Nope.
I don't recall there being a WWE Fan Nation, to be honest with you.
It was. It was their own on brand of social media before they shut it down. Yeah.
Go
it was a
figure.
thing. Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why.
It was shite, that's why.
I'm going to... Fuck, what was it? Oh, they went all in on it.
What was it? Tout?
Yeah, I'm going to tout about this. That's what
Yeah,
I'm going
do, yeah.
to tout.
Let us know when the servers are back online. But you see, this is the actual storyline, guys. There's an audition for the next WWE film.
Oh, wow.
Will William Regal be the Marine 2?
Could you imagine Regal actually being like in that movie?
I'll be honest with you, like this next storyline coming up, like I did actually try to fantasy book the movie that he would have got, and I'll be honest with you, when you see it develop, it's like I can book this. Yeah, I can see this happening.
I could see it being used for an RPG.
Not a chance.
Hey, that's why we have non-canon episodes.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When we finally do Future Wrestling, the musical, that's gonna be quite a fun one to write.
You can either have like Jimmy Morris like writes a musical, or it's Kratos like writes a musical. Like you never know.
Like my current writing project is Kratos trying to do a D&D campaign based off Future Wrestling, and that's been tickling me so far. Is trying to like, because he's making up like character archetypes based off his co-workers, but it's not his co-workers actually playing as themselves, it's other people playing as them as characters. So it's like, how many layers of role playing am I dealing with here? It's like, is this something that James Rage would say? It's not James Rage, it just looks like him, alright? yes, he's a barbarian, big whoop, okay, come on, just get with the program.
Don't worry, can't hurt you, it's not the real one.
Yeah, because I worked on the premise where like he's like worked on for months on this D&D campaign. He's gonna do it with the lads, and then like one by one they realize that it's gonna take hours, and they all start contriving excuses. There's like Cutter has a hot date, Jimmy Morris has to catch a bus, so he has to. So now basically the original 4 he had plans to play with are all completely different people. So now like Alan Morph has to play as Jimmy Morris, and fucking like Rage is the only person who's stuck around because he has nothing else to do with his day. It's like, I'm sitting here, I've got a whiskey, I don't care.
You fuckers are lucky.
You fuckers are lucky, exactly. So, like I said, it's turning into that mindset of like, okay, 2 layers of character voice going on here. Let's see how this goes.
A layered portrayal.
Very much so, yeah. That's the fucking that's the challenge.
Although, given the sheer manic energy, I feel like the whole twist at the end should be the whole thing is just in the mind of Jack Freedom, and then we see Brian do everyone on every layer.
Yes.
The characters and the person playing the character.
Yeah, he's revealed. It's revealed to be his concussion dream the whole time.
Remember them? Jesus.
Yeah,
We had quite a few of them.
we did. To be fair,
They're still entertaining as hell. Like,
and then we thankfully played with the concept, because I think if everyone started getting concussed on this show, it says a lot more about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, why is that? Why is that the case, James?
Hey, look, all of my shit was kayfabe. There's just a fine line.
Especially if you're this man whose ex-partner has blamed him for
Always reminds me, I think it was a wrestling memes that for a while when Brock Lesnar opened up Randy Orton the hard way, and it was that kind of thing like, oh god, it's like basically every poll he had on his social media was like whatever option was, and the fourth option was always Randy Orton's head blood, and it always won the poll regardless of what the question was. It's
Fair.
like, who do you think is going to win a WrestleMania? Is it going to be John Cena, The Undertaker, or Batista, or Randy Orton's head blood? Randy Orton's head blood always wins.
Very fair.
Again, but the funniest part is like implying that head blood is somehow different to regular blood.
Naturally.
You know, contains all that brain juice.
Laid your head.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, this is now starting off our next storyline that gets us to the Great American Bash, where we try and find WWE's next top actor.
Next top actor.
Next action hero, I guess.
WWE's got talent. They don't know how to use.
Next unused talent.
He seems to be blaming his former partner for an injury that he had nothing to do with.
I mean, so far we got some intriguing candidates. We've got William Regal, we got Mark Henry, we have King Booker, and we have Gregory Helms. 4 very different protagonists, I think. You know,
Little bit. They make a wonderful stable of, you know, an ensemble cast.
As I say, the ensemble would be quite that, alright. Yeah, you know. But there is also a mystery 5th person that is yet to be revealed in the storyline. That kind of
is it Ken Kennedy?
No, thank you.
I feel like we haven't seen him in 10 minutes.
You're right. Whenever Ken Kennedy isn't on screen, I should be asking, where's Ken Kennedy? Oh, he's getting shouted at by Randy Orton. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Bad backdrop. I had to return to my own planet.
Oh god. Yes, now we need to fantasy book what movies these 4 people will be in, and not use WrestleMania WrestleMania vignettes as an example. Because as much as we would all love Booker T to be in Pulp Fiction, we should use a better excuse than that.
Yeah.
I feel like if King Booker is still as egocentric as it is in the mirror universe, or in our universe rather, surely the movie would just be autobiographical. It'd be just like a Princess Bride-esque like tale of how he took over the kingdom, and it's him literally just being like Black Snow and just like, ah, and then he did this.
Which fair, if we make it about King Booker, then Regal at least gets a supporting role.
That's true, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah, him and Funley being the lovable goons. You know?
It always did seem weird that he was a goon.
Yeah. Who's there? Hired goons. Hired goons?
Goons.
Ah. just insert like a photo image of just like Finley and fucking like Regal just bursting through the door. Like, there you go.
They only see 2 lines. One says hello there and just says, well!
Was there a third? It's not 4 of them in that stable.
Well, Queen Charmel would have been. There was another one, but I can't remember who. Oh, Dave Taylor.
Yeah, there we go.
Dave Taylor, yeah.
Okay.
They had to get a wrestler though. They had to get someone in who was somewhere more bland than William Regal was, and they got Dave Taylor in. There we go. No nonsense, hard wrestlers forever. And let's pair them up with the most batshit character we had in the roster at the time. King Booker, like.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Like, he did really kind of take that King of the Ring like tournament to heart. Like,
Yeah, he wanted that gimmick.
I mean, no one really believed he was a king, but he did, and that's all that matters, really.
Important thing. To be fair, he only kind of started doing that as well, the King Booker gimmick, after the fight with Batista. So, you know, he kind of won something there. That's something.
I guess. He proved the point against Batista, the true king.
Yeah.
Oh. Batista is down. Batista is
down.
I fucking love it because if you look carefully, you can see Batista crack a smile, even while he's lying down on the ground. It's like, but King, what about the match? Batista is down. Like, that's someone having fun with their fucking gimmick.
Oh yeah.
Like they're the gimmicks that, like, maybe at the time you don't really like either appreciate or fucking get it, but later on you're just like, that motherfucker is a genius. Like, god damn it, like hopefully it's unintentional, because that'd make it even better. Because
I don't think it's unintentional. Like, it's all for, like, you know, they just stumbled upon how, like, fucking daft he is and, like, fully leaning into it, you know. I feel like it's that kind of discovery a la like R-Truth, and they realize how inherently funny he actually is. Like, there was probably a time where, like, Vince McMahon like cracked when he said something like random, and then suddenly, yep, he's my comedy guy. Like, he makes me laugh. He's the guy now. That's it.
Yep.
Bring him out when I need the funnies. Like, I mean no disrespect when I say that R-Truth is like the modern court jester. Like, he is literally brought out for laughs, and it works.
Yep. To be fair to Truth, he's been going a while. Like, there's very few people. Yeah, there's very few people from his era left.
No,
and
that's true.
He's got longevity. Like,
well, it's even when you say from his era, it's like, because I even thought to myself, which one?
Exactly.
He's lived through many of them.
Yeah. Like he was part of the Attitude Era. That's fucking mental. Like,
yeah. And he wasn't even like that. Like, he wasn't even a spring chicken then. He was a relatively, like, you know,
he'd been around.
Yeah, he's been around, exactly. Then he was in TNA, and then he had R-Truth, and like various different
first ever black NWA champion.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't in ECW for a while, was he?
No. He came up through like the indies of the 90s. I think he was in Heartland, and then he was he was fucking K-Crush. Then he was K-Quick.
Yeah. See, that's what I was wondering, because I'm nearly sure I thought his name came up in Eastern Championship Wrestling as opposed to, like, you know, the Paul Heyman ECW.
Oh no, he definitely isn't around that long.
Yeah.
He only came up towards the late 90s. But still, he's had a fucking run, like.
Yeah. Like, that's a perfect example of, like, someone's body that is, like, able to take that fucking that strain. But there's also, again, he hasn't gone full pelt in that time either. Like, he is an athletic fucking specimen. He's very good. It's also smart enough to know that if you're getting over by being funny, you don't have to do big bumps. Like,
yeah,
man's a smart guy. Like, there is genuine intelligence behind those eyes.
Well, also, to be fair, like, he does keep himself in ridiculous condition as well.
Yeah.
So, like, that's why he always appears like he never fucking ages. Because like he's kept himself in fantastic nick since the day you first fucking seen him.
Yeah, exactly. Like again, much of that point, like he's wrestling within his means. He's not like pushing himself into the red line like some people do, you know. And again, like it's a skill in its own way to be able to work on your limits and get over. You know,
Yeah.
some people like they have to push the boundaries to get noticed, and luckily he doesn't have to do that. Yeah. Mark Henry's put up a serious fight here, guys. I think he really wants that movie role.
To be fair, you've caught him with the old Dragon Sleeper more than once too close to the ropes.
Indeed.
Because the big boy knows how to stretch.
It's that old-fashioned term, ring awareness. Lovely catch-all term for like you got your positioning wrong. I love little terms like that. It's not even an insider term; it's a kayfabe term. Like going over is an inside term, but like ring awareness is like a purely match awareness for like a footballer or whatever else. We need to have an equivalent for a wrestler. Oh yeah, he knows where he is in the ring. Like I fucking hope so. It's central to the fucking job.
Just a tad like.
It's like, Rev, why aren't you counting the pin? Because you're on the apron, you dumbass. Where is your ring awareness? Do you have one?
Suddenly, like, suplexing people onto the ropes and shit. Great. It's not like that went badly at all.
I just want to live in a world where, like, you can go into the School of Irish Wrestling and Paddy Morris there going, right, lads, ring awareness. Let's go. So, ropes, turnbuckles, Matt, any questions?
Walk around it a few times. Come on.
That's it. Get your 4 steps up. Put the ring in half.
4 steps. Where are you getting 4 steps from?
Sorry, I'm flat-footed.
Oh, then you'll get on well with AJ Styles. Good.
Yeah. Hey. I said flat-footed, not flat-worlded.
He loves all things flat.
I could be taken out of context.
You could.
And you know what? We will.
Well, not anymore, because, like, motherfucker is jacked.
Oh, well, there's that.
That's true, yeah.
All the good fucking, all the good juices being used there.
I'm about to say, it's good to see iCrow Pro back with a vengeance, isn't it?
Yeah. Him and Randy are on the same fucking regime.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's it. It's all that Xbox, lads. I'm telling you, like Warzone over and over again. In between your jump squats.
No, you got it all wrong, lads. He's been lifting the Undertaker.
To be fair, Taker's not doing much. He wasn't there again. You know,
Exactly.
you know,
I have on very good authority. That's how you build your physique.
literal dead weight. Oh, yeah. I think we take a pause there, lads. Right, will we?
Yeah, I don't think we're beating that, to be fair. That was a solid pun ending.
There you go.